want to show you first one thing, just because everybody is baking something. I just finished baking some gluten-free bread. So it's still warm. I have to change my hat because it's very hot, but that's what I've done. So it's the same dough, the course, the cut is different, but yes, look at this. This is my gluten-free bread that I wasn't baking probably since 2 years. So, and the smell of warm bread just out of the oven makes me very hungry. Allora, today I had a very niche recipe, and I have some rapini. I say, what I'm gonna do with this rapini? I had the rapini left over, and I'm gonna do rapini fritters. So stay tuned for what we do. It's very, very simple. Everyone loves fritters. Italians, we go crazy for zucchini fritters, of course. But this is something new that you can try if you have a leftover rapini, or why not if you just want to do it. Even though if you don't have a rapini that are left over, you know, kitchen is a recycling. It's no waste. You always create a new dish with the same ingredients. You just make a remake, refigure it out. So that's what we're doing. What I did is, the rapini are sautéed with garlic and nduja. So I give a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of recipe. I just sautéed this rapini that usually we do with the garlic. I add a little bit of nduja because I like to give the kick of spiciness, but nduja makes everything tasting better, okay? So why I fry them? Because if you have just rapini, they are steamed, they can be soggy with water. So I just fried it to dry it a little bit, okay? So that's, you have it. Then you need eggs, you need parsley, and then you need, this is pecorino cheese. This is pecorino from Calabria. And you see how yellow is this cheese? Because I brought this cheese from Calabria, which was already 7 years aged. Okay, and I kept for more 7 years, so it's 14 years old, aged in my cantina, and then I graded. This is 100% organic, okay, and it's full of flavor of chips. It's very strong and sharp, and that's what I really like in this recipe. I know you don't have my cheese and say, oh, where am I gonna find that cheese? Only you have it. Well, I just suggest, please, to go and use some Romano. But be careful, because Romano is a salted cheese. So if you add Romano, be careful when you put your salt, okay? So that's it. So very simple ingredients. You don't need more garlic because you already sauteed the rapini with garlic. And it's like a little, and then you need flour. So I have flour here, okay? Of course, I'm a good Italian. I'm recycling one of the pills that I got here, I think, mozzarella one time. So you just put your farina, okay, in here. Very good. So let's go. We do this. If the rapini are not small, so put on a cutting board. We're gonna chop it out. Before get the cutting board duty with the rapini, let me chop the parsley. Okay, you always cut the stem out, and then you chop it. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's something you know, that I like to share with you. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to have leftover, or if you have a leftover, you can just easily recycle it and do something else. And everybody loves fritters, so this is actually something really good. Another way that I like to do rapini is, maybe we can do that another time, is making a risotto with the rapini and then make a little rice balls. Fare le crocchette di riso con di rapini. That's very, very good. Okay, so this is the amount of parsley that you need. You need a nice amount of parsley. So I'm gonna put here outside. Now, let me put all the rapini here. side. Okay, and with a knife, you just do a small cut. Okay, good. Just because maybe you have some, you know, some stems there. Okay. Has to be chopped, not very, very fine. Sounds good next time, yes. Okay. So now, put this here. See, that's why I like this cutting board, because it's very, very easy to use them. Okay, so this flexible cutting board, and I told you I have a different color, so that way. So one egg again. So cheese. How much cheese? Well, usually I do 1 spoon per eggs, but I'm gonna do 2 spoons because I like to have a strong flavor in here. Okay, I'm gonna add all the parsley. I'm gonna use this spoon, and I start mixing, and then I'm gonna check if probably I need the second egg, because you know you need to bind the ingredients together, but in the meantime you need to create a little bit of liquid, because when you add the flour you need to create la pastella. So that's it's like when you make your zucchini fritters, correct? Do you guys make zucchini fritters? Let me know. And yes, la musica in sottofondo is a music from anni 60, anni 70, which I love that music. It's so relaxing. Everybody can sing that music because it's, you know, slow sing. It's great. Yes, I need another egg. So because that is a nice and is a little bit dry, so I need add another egg. Okay, there you are. So you mix this. And then you can do this even as an appetizer. If you have a people over, you know, you just can make a few different fritters. And so everybody likes rapini. We are Italian, so. Okay, now it's time for flour. A spoon. I said we don't need salt because you already salted. So you don't need salt because pecorino is very already savory, it is a tasty, and you saute the rapini, they're already salted with induja, already flavored them, so you don't really need salt. Okay, so let's add each egg. Well, I'm gonna say that maybe 1 of this, so we're gonna do 2 for now, and then we're gonna see if we need, okay, some more liquid. If we need more liquid, yes, you may add an egg, but you can even add a little bit of water, so you know how to really add the eggs, okay? Okay, we need a little bit of water, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because you need water to let it run in, right? When you make the batter, so you want to have a little bit of that. And don't worry, if you put a little bit more, you add a little bit of more flour. So don't be scared. This is not a recipe like pastry that you have to be precise. Stasera facciamo frittelle di rape, quindi è un modo per riciclare se abbiamo delle rape a casa. Aggiungiamo un altro pochino e fare delle frittelle, e ho usato della farina senza glutine, quindi questo è molto facile da fare a casa. Come vedete la consistenza è un po' come la consistenza della zucchini fritters. Ok, I think we are good. Okay, I'm gonna move over here. We're gonna start frying. There you are. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. Or maybe, yeah, you don't see there. Let me use this one. Okay, so medium low heat. You don't need a very high. Abbiamo mangiato ieri, yeah. You don't need a very high flame, and then remember that you always should check the temperature. Now, how you check the temp? How you check the oil? You know, this is a question that everybody said. "Ah, I don't know if the oil is ready. Can I fry it? How can I fry?" So, I have a toothpicks here. Okay, you get a toothpicks. It's not ready yet, but with a toothpicks, you put it in the oil. Okay. What happens is you check the oil around the toothpicks. If the oil is bubbling, that means the oil is ready to fry, so you can start frying. It's the right temperature, around 180, 200 degrees. So that's the trick. And if you have a toothpick, I'm sure you have a wooden spoon. Italian, they have a wooden spoon. That's the mother weapon in an Italian house. So I'm sure you have it. So use the handle and check if it's gonna fry around the circumference, and that's the oil. It's ready. So let it heat it up. I'm gonna get a plate with a little bit of a paper towel to put the fritters when they're ready. So we'll do this. There is one thing that I really miss from when I was little back home. We used to have the paper, the brown paper, to absorb the oil. So the bread was wrapped in brown paper when you go to the bakery, and we never throw that paper, because that paper was good to put our frittura and absorb the oil after you fry. Do you guys remember that? La carta del pane si usava per assorbire l'olio di tutti i nostri fritti. Facevamo piccine di sarde salate, sarde friuti, alici. Quello era il modo antico per assorbire l'olio in eccedenza. Okay, we are almost there. You always check, because the flour may thicken a little bit, so I think I have to add a little bit more water, so because it's not running, moving. Okay, so I go here. Okay, because you want to have a nice, smooth batter. Okay. Okay, I think we are good now. Okay. If you want, you can add even beans. Okay, un po' di fagioli. Why not? Everything can become a fritter. Just in kitchen, you must be creative, and I believe this self-isolation and quarantine taught everybody really a survival and surviving life. Okay, let me see where I put the toothpicks here. Let me check it out. Okay, I want to show you this, okay? Let me see if you noticed. Did you see it's bubbling? I'm not sure if you see it's bubbling, but he's ready, so it's time to cook now. So just a spoon at a time, and you put it down. Who's coming for dinner? Anyone tonight? Okay. Let's probably put another one. I have a space. Okay, we need a little spoon, fork, and just very nicely we try to move from there, but with them, we leave them to cook. There you are. Quando fate questa ricetta, I usually, if you want to make the batter up front, you can make it even a day before, keep in the refrigerator. But before you fry, you take it out from the fridge at least 2 hours before you fry. Ok, iniziamo poi quando sono pronte. When they're ready, you're gonna flip and you're gonna cook from the other side. So as you notice, the fire is not too hot, it's just nicely boiling, frying our rapini fritters. So that's very important. So you have to slow fry. Don't. Okay. It smells so good here. E non ne voglio più. So I think I'm done. I'm gonna continue fry this recipe. I'm gonna wait for the first one to be cooked, and I wanna open and I wanna try. So I wanna make you jealous and I wanna make you hungry. But I'm gonna finish frying this for our dinner tonight, and I hope that when you make, you remember me. You can tag me on Instagram and say, "Hey, Luch, I just cooked your frittelle, and they look delicious. They are delicious. I'm doing this. Thank you for sharing your recipe." Cook them nicely and through, okay? So don't rush. In a kitchen, you never rush. And even when you eat, please take your time, enjoy, spend, talk with your family. Don't just, that's why sometimes I skip my lunch, because I don't have much time. I said, you know what, for 20 minutes, it's better to skip lunch. I want to wait for tonight and sit and have a dinner with my family or my friends. That's what I really like it. Okay, there you are. That's the first one. And I remember, when the oil is hot at the right temperature, they will never absorb too much oil, because as soon as you put in there, he's gonna become crisp outside. So you don't have. Okay, see, you're good. Okay, so let's see what happened here then. All right, take one. This is one. Ah, there you are. And grazie ragazzi, buon appetito, ok? Il pecorino. Che bontà. Thank you guys. So you have a great night. Stay home, stay safe. Chef Luciano here. Thank you so much for watching the show. Don't forget, love. We must love each other. And, well, don't forget to subscribe. And what I say, thank you. Ciao a tutti. Alla prossima.